Today's video is very personal, and if you are someone who has a lot of fears or who fear has been holding back from doing a lot of things, then this video is for you. Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to talk about the fears that controlled me for many years. The ones that made me shrink myself, second guess decisions, doubt my capabilities, and even think to myself, what am I doing here? It also delayed opportunities and have just been in that whole space of actually doing anything, and how I almost gave up entirely. And here's how I learned to walk through them. So again, if you've ever felt like fear is running your life, see, this video is for you. It's time to walk, looking. Come closer. So let's start with the number one fear that shaped so many of my decisions growing up, and I think a lot of people actually struggle with this. Public speaking. The great dreaded public speaking. So for instance, I always say that a lot of things work in reverse for me. Coffee makes me sleep. I sleep when I eat. If I eat good food, I'm going to be sleepy. But for me, public speaking doesn't just also mean having to stand in front of a large crowd. I get frightened by that too, but I also get frightened by having to record myself on a camera, even when it's just me. I'm not sure how to put the camera and actually start talking and recording. And funny thing is, I talk to myself a lot, but the moment there's a camera or there's another audience, everything just kind of goes boink. And that was something that really stopped me from doing a lot of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to create content for the longest time, but I kept thinking to myself, aside from the general fear of, oh, it's cringe, if I'm going to put this video out, what will people think? Even just recording myself was a huge step, because it was like, I'm going to put a camera and I'm going to be talking. Then I'm going to watch myself talk over and over again because I'm going to edit it. And then I'm going to actually click upload on this thing. And that led to a series of overthinking as well, because it's starting to actually feed into your mind. And again, I'm a Christian, and as Christians, that's why it's so important that what you fill your mind with is actually the word of God, so that there are scriptures you use to combat these things. When you always feel like, oh, you're not good enough or there's fear, you actually use the word of God to combat it. But let me not get ahead of myself. We're still going to get there. And again, I don't think people realize how deep I actually had this fear, like this said fear of public speaking, because people see me and it's like, oh, Yvonne, you're so confident. Yvonne, you know how to talk to people. And I'm just there. My legs are shaking. If you know that they're about to give way, you would maybe pity me a bit more. But it's not even really about pity. It's about the fact that the public perception wasn't that I was actually shy or scared to talk to people. I feel like everybody's always scared to go in front of a crowd. And what I'll tell people is, it's always up here. It's in your mind. I think to myself, the people I'm going to stand in front of, if they stand here, they'll probably be shaking as well. Sure, there are few confident people, one or two, who really don't mind speaking to a crowd. But the truth of the matter is, in the general public, a lot of people are actually scared of public speaking. So what makes my case different? And those were questions that eventually led to me overcoming this fear and being more confident in actually talking to people, in having public speaking skills and actually sharpening those skills. Because let's face it, they're very important in today's world. They were important years ago and they'll continue to be important. Why? Because you still have to talk to people. So for me, the turning point wasn't even a dramatic shebang or something serious. Oh, today, my child, you overcome public speaking fear. Yes. It can happen like that, who knows? But it came very quietly. It was like a realization to say, you have to do something about it, and you have to do something about it now. And for me, I started picturing my future. And like I said, I talk to myself a lot. If you spend enough time around me, you realize I'm always soliloquizing. And I was like, if I talk to myself, there are people like me. The people I'm going to be talking to, they are just like me as well. They're just people. This is not to strip anyone of their achievements or anything that they've done, but at the core and the center of it all, we're all just people. So when you start to deconstruct it in layers like that, I feel like it's a bit more relatable and it's easy to calm down. People have several tips and tricks. Oh, go into the crowd, imagine everybody has a banana, imagine there's cake on top of everybody's head. I can't even do that, because now I'll be very distracted by what I'm imagining, because I'll be like, oh, if there's cake on everybody's head, then can they all see the cake on their heads? And then would they be able to eat the cake off each other's heads? See how I'm already going off a tangent. Imagine me actually in front of a crowd. That's not going to work. So I'll say the first step is to thine own self be true. I really like that phrase because I feel like a lot of things can be birthed from it. When you actually know yourself, you know your identity, you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You don't have to start doing trial and error with your life. And figuring it out with God as well is such a huge bonus and plus, because that just gives you so many opportunities to walk in guidance with God. You follow what He's saying, so you don't have to now be like, oh, I tried this, it didn't work, I tried that, it didn't work. When you know yourself, when you study who you are, you actually know that, let me not lie, this doesn't work out for me, so why am I always stressing out to try and force something to work? So I feel like that's a very huge game changer. And so the turning point again was when I had to start delivering a series of presentations. I was in uni and I just thought to myself, these are all people, right? And even when you go into a new environment, let's say you were able to make that resolution in uni, you then move into the workplace, always remember at the core of it, the fundamentals is that they're all people. Come rain, come sunshine, come everything, they're still people, and that doesn't change anything. However, what you're seeking to do in that room could either be to sway, to convince, or to compel. And so going by any of these metrics, or whatever it is that you're actually going there to do, maybe to inform, to describe, to tell a story, whatever it is, the base of it is, number one, they're just people. And number two, people want to hear you talk. I know the advice is always, oh, be a listener. Nobody wants to hear you talking on and on and on about yourself. But specifically in the context of public speaking, I would say go for it. People want to hear you talk. For instance, you pay for a conference and you're expecting 3 or 4 guest speakers. You're expecting people, timber and caliber, like people that are actually high up there in society. Then they get there and they'll be like, I'm shy. Oh my God, I'm shy. I can't talk to yourself. How would you feel? Exactly. So you went there to hear them talk. You're not, like, somebody's not going to be delivering a keynote speech. You'll not stand up, your honorable justice, head of this and that. No, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna listen to what they have to say. Why? Because you are there. You literally left your house to go and hear them talk. And to even just further put in context, people pay for conferences. In case you don't know, a conference stripped down is just a bunch of people in a room and somebody holding the mic and talking, sometimes for hours on end. And you're obliged to listen. Why? You paid for it. You're going to get your money's worth. But something made you pay for it. Something made you look at your calendar and say, on the 19th of December, I'm going to sit down in a space with a bunch of 2,000 people that I don't know and listen to one person talk. Are you still having this fear? I think you can see how I am letting you know that it's not really a fear that should control you. It's a fear that you should look at and say, you know what? I'm going to break you down layer by layer until I get to the crux of you. So 1, they're just people. 2, they are there to hear you speak. 3, I would say most times, one fear always acts in association with the other. What do I mean? For instance, people who are afraid of public speaking would probably also be afraid of sharing ideas, or would invariably start thinking every idea they have is silly. No, that's not the case. What happens is, because you're too afraid to speak up, you start thinking, my idea is not even worth it in the first place. So now you're juggling fears, you're battling fears. And I would know because I also went down that slope. It's, oh, I'm so shy to speak. What if people think I'm stupid or I'm silly? And you know how on the internet, people are giving speech and they're like, if you did not deserve to be there, you wouldn't be in that room. Honestly, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was like, they probably even made a mistake and that's why I'm here. Somebody's going to find out I'm a very big fraud. Hopefully not, I'm no fraud. But what I mean is, imposter syndrome starts to kick in. You start doubting when that shouldn't even be the case. Why? It all started with the fear of speaking up. So by the time you start doing a self-analysis, a lot of these things, they come through self-analysis. You start realizing, not only am I afraid of public speaking or even just speaking amongst my friends or my peers, I actually think my ideas are stupid. That shouldn't be the case. I have seen people confidently stand up. I'm not going to say it's rubbish because, again, we're trying to help you understand that every idea is worth it. But what you would classify or term as that idea isn't so up there yet, it's not quite there yet, and this person will stand up with their starch suits. This is the idea I have, and you better deal with it or get out. That confidence is what is making you even oblige. Oh, this person might be onto something. I've seen people use series of words and end up with balderdash to give you breakdown. And then because people are talking, you're so lost in the thoughts. And when you call yourself back, you'll be like, hold up a minute, what's this person saying? Yeah, that's what happens when you have confidence. people listen, which also goes back to our point too. So what that does is you're starting to have fear of other things because of a fear of one. So I would say the fear of one begets the fear of many, and that shouldn't be the case. You should not allow so many fears to control you that much. So the last one is, one thing I've learned about fear is that fear does not disappear. Yes, fear does not disappear. You have to learn to fight it. You have to learn to subdue it. You have to learn to, by God's grace, cast it out. If that's what you also believe in. Cast it out. Tell it to go home. Fear has no place in your territory. For most people, maybe they're able to conquer something when they're younger, and then it shows up again when they're older. You change environments, you change friends, you change groups, a lot of change is happening. So I wouldn't say fear completely dissipates. It should, though. I would say it should. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment in the comment section. Leave a comment if you think fear completely disappears or if it does not disappear. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So just to continue, it might not disappear. What I would say is it might not disappear, but it loses authority. So just like we said about taking it to God in prayer and actually praying over those things, it doesn't have authority over you anymore. So you slow by. The more you learn to do, it's like a baby learning to walk. Day one, you tell yourself today, maybe for school, especially for students, if you're in school environment, maybe in the workplace, they don't even ask you for your ideas because they feel like this one will never want to talk. Just tell them, say today, I have something to say. Please, I'm not saying you have to say something if you don't have anything to say. The rule of thumb in life is if you don't have anything to say, zip it. If whatever is going to come next is probably not a good idea, so zip it. But if you've always had those burning ideas or things that you think would actually make an impact, or you want to practice your public speaking skills, the first thing I'll say is try talking to yourself. Everybody always says use a mirror, talk to yourself in the mirror. Frankly, I don't like seeing myself in the mirror when I'm talking. That's why this whole content creation thing was very interesting. But what I would say is if a mirror works for you, great. If a mirror doesn't work, just talk to yourself. I don't want to say, oh, form an imaginary best friend. That's not what's happening here. But talk to yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. This is what I did today. I can't even imagine. You start to realize maybe even the way you're talking isn't so formal. Like maybe you start noticing you are using, these are little ways you can start practicing how to get out of it. And then you practice amongst your peers. When they're talking, you can engage. You can say, oh, I want to say something. Maybe for you, it would be that before you do say that, you take a breather and you say, oh, can I say something? That would be asking for permission. But it says, oh, I have something to add, or I'd like to chip in here. This is what I want to say, right? So by doing this, you get to actually overcome that fear. You get to grow out of it. You get to take authority over it. So again, it might not disappear, but other fears are not leading to other fears. So here are other things that can help you build confidence and practical tips to just help you overcome that fear or other fears that you might have. Bear in mind, all these things that I have spoken about so far in this video are very much applicable to other areas or other fears you might have. And if you'd like to have a further conversation about it, we can talk about it in the comment section. You can follow my Instagram, you can DM me, and we can chat and have a talk about it. So another one I would say is to record yourself. So that also ties back to the whole mirror thing. If you like seeing yourself in the mirror, if you like watching videos of yourself, if you like it, you could record yourself talking. You'd honestly see the most amazing things you never thought. Maybe your eye twitches when you talk, and probably that's why people keep looking at you. But you wouldn't know because you don't try, you don't practice. Another one is to celebrate tiny wins. You did something spectacular today, celebrate it. Even if it's within 5 or 500 or 5,000 people, celebrate it. When you start celebrating the little, it helps you appreciate the big. It helps you appreciate how far you've actually come. And I feel like a lot of these things are said over and over and over again, but I think maybe the issue might be that a lot of us don't understand the practicality of these things, how they actually relate to each person or individual, the individuality of these advices. So essentially, when you celebrate those little wins, for one, I do it a lot. It might be internal. I'm not the type to, woohoo, oh my god, this happened to me today. But inside, I'd actually just take stock of my life and be like, you did that, I'm proud of you. Those would have just a fist bump, and then I move on. I understand what I was trying to accomplish and I've done it, so that's great. And so that helps me internally, that helps my confidence, because anytime I doubt or I'm being doubtful, I don't remember that, oh, there was a time I was scared of doing XYZ thing and I'm not scared of it anymore, so I can tackle this next big thing. So that would really help. And so if you're watching this and fear has been running your life, this is your sign that you're stronger than you think. and God is able to finish the good work that He started in you. Don't undermine God's power in actually eliminating these things, subduing them, reducing them, taking authority away from them in your life. Your fear is not a stop sign, it is a starting point. And the version of you that's on the other side of fear is totally worth the journey. And so again, thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, leave a comment. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you can guess what we'll be talking about in the next video, please leave in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.